What to do? What to do? Mamselle Amira.
Speak up.
She want to talk?
An elf. Such temptation. I loved many in my day, but never one so fair.
Ooh.
Grace.
Stop.
Elegance just waiting to be shattered. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you?
That sounds delightful.
I thought as much. Those eyes tell a story. Punishment is your pleasure.
Oh, madam.
It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't
Fionn.
here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin.
Stern librarian, will she be back? In the flop house lies a fresh killed corpse, a lady dwarf. Could that be your Fionn? Drow escorts, huh?
Twins, yes.
Twins,
Hands
all
of
right.
such skill they could turn stone to silk. Your body could suffer no knot they can't untangle. They're through the curtain to the right. You'll need coin
Shall
and
we?
stamina in abundance to enjoy their services, but the gold will be as well spent as you are.
In the flop house lies a fresh killed corpse, a lady dwarf.
Murdered! Ye gods, the
Mother
poor
of cats.
thing! Oh, by the mother of cats, I pray she didn't suffer. I'll miss that face.
Kinda seems like she suffered.
Else, the regulars will miss her more. They swarmed her like honeybees at the hive. Oh. Losing Fionn slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing her.
That's moving on a bit quick. Reward?
I have little coin, but I offer sin in abundance. Talk with the Drow twins in the tap room. They're legends among the regulars, almost myths. Tell them
Shadowheart's
they
not
were
gonna
gift
like it,
from the
but-
Mamselle, and let them show you why. Anything else on your mind, sweeting?
We'll ask her after.
Don't
Go through the curtains, you say?
don't have to think about a thing.
I hate new boys.
Can I ungroup?
I wish I could give I mean, to try.
Oh, I don't think this kind of establishment is.
Where are the twins? These two?
My. I can tell you are a special one from a single glance.
We might
You
have to
but
black this one out,
ask,
folks.
And we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
You said you could provide me with a gift.
Silly. We are the gift.
Hmm.
One free ride with me or my brother.
Why not both?
Perhaps you have greater ambitions yet. Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Mesobaranzan love trick.
Both.
We will only allow that if we know there is an evening of exceptional pleasure awaiting us. Usually, one darling alone is
Can I
not
invite
enough to match
Shadowheart?
the two of us.
Well, I mean... Should we do a randomizer? Sorn or Nim? Random number generator. One to 10, and if it's odds, we'll go with 1. If it's evens, we'll go with 2. Generate. We got 5. So, Lady Nim.
I'll be a little treat for you then.
I'll eat you right up, giggity goo.
This way. We have a room upstairs over yonder side.
I gotta be quick on the button here.
Drinks. I'm not telling you about Raphael's sex life.
Follow her.
Someone with all the power of the 9 hells. He must have brought so many to
Where are you taking me?
I promise. You do not want to know.
Right upstairs. Okay.
I sent
Is it the Underdark that I was already in? It is. I've already ransacked that room. He's gonna be like, oh my goodness, somebody's been in here. Hello.
You came. I'm so pleased.
Oh,
You can
I
never tell who's
came,
going to get
and
cold feet.
Caming is gonna happen.
So, now that you're here, what next?
What's on offer?
An experience no one else here will give you. A chance to be embraced in the dark. But what that means is up to you. And of course, there's no charge. Anything for someone who helped find Fionn. So, what can I do for you? A tender touch? Some sensory stimulation?
Sweet moment. Senses are yours to command. Don't you want something rougher? Rough,
Just
of
because
course.
I'm a drow, you think I've got a whip between my legs and a stiletto wedged between my breasts?
There's definitely nothing between your breasts.
As I'm relatively new to this business, unlike my brother, I'm not comfortable letting my clients go too far.
My senses are yours to command?
Then, let's begin.
We're gonna have to black this sucker out. Sorry, folks. So she grabbed my hand, put it on her hip. She snapped her
In
fingers.
the darkness, you feel something touch you. Icy fingers.
It's gone black
running
here
down the
too,
nape
so I
of your
can't see
neck.
anything.
You shudder as you feel hot breath on your cheek.
Just relax. Give yourself over to the sensation. Lie back and let it take you.
Her lips meet yours, and you feel your body flush.
It's just
with
black, you
heat
can't see anything.
racing through your limbs,
See?
followed by the dancing tingle of her cold fingers.
I just don't know if it's gonna pop back in. It's giving me the option to relax and enjoy the experience or try to match her passions. So we match.
She lets out a whimper as you kiss lower, lower, lower on her body.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's still just black.
She tastes like a dessert prepared just for you as she shivers and shakes. You're not sure how long your time together lasted, but it was long enough. By the end, you felt like you were floating in the dark, utterly at peace.
Now we're just laying in bed together, naked from the top. So, can't show you folks. And now I'm in some skimpy underwear, so how do we put that back on?
That was wonderful. Perhaps you'll enjoy a drink in the bar before you brave the streets again.
Is there anything else I should know of this place?
Even in the best of times, it's
was
an
my only
oasis
option,
of
or leave.
pleasure and calm. In the city's chaos, with Baldur's Gate preparing for war, the caress feels like the final flicker of a beautiful flame before darkness falls.
So I'm released from the conversation, but my character is wearing some skimpy clothing, so let's put our stuff back on. Armor set, visibility, yep. Okay. And we're back in here. And yeah. This is why we were blacked out. You can see her back there. Oh. Although, what's this drow private room? Want to make sure we're not missing anything in here, so yeah, she's over there. Nothing more to say?
That was
Yeah,
wonderful.
it's the same thing.
Perhaps you'll enjoy a drink in the bar before you brave the...
It seems that there's nothing more to add. But what's this marker? It just marks the room, I guess. Okay. That was her there, right? Oh, that's Raphael. Is she following back out? She's about to walk right by me again. Okay, she put her clothes back on at least.
How long do the effects last?
Do we quickly talk to her brother?
Sorry, love, I'm rather preoccupied at the moment.
Fair enough. Can't talk to the citizens. I can talk to the bard.
Enjoy the fiddling. Throw a few coins our way and let us play on into the night.
I just enjoyed a good fiddle. Queen rolled the despoiler.
A scant few.
You can stare as much as you like.
Okay.
You keep scaring your regulars off, Ah, I was hoping to see you again.
My Mesobaranzan love is always cocked-a-ready.
Still
We
won't let me do
will
both.
only allow that if we know there is an evening of exceptional pleasure.
Oh, I need to bring
awaiting
somebody
us.
else.
Usually, one darling alone is not enough to match the two of us.
Return to us if you have a lover willing to take part.
I don't think this kind of establishment is quite to his taste.
So I bring Lizelle. She deserves it, right?
It's rather refined.
Do you think we've done
I
something
suppose
wrong?
not nearly enough.
We are not in trouble, sister.
See if they want that
We are
gift.
bound to keep one another safe. When the music... Of course you came back. I never doubted you would. We will only allow that if we know there is an evening
There
of
are two of us.
exceptional pleasure awaiting us. Usually, one darling alone is not enough to match the two of us.
Okay. Gotcha. Will Soren tell me anything she didn't? Nah, we'll just leave.
Return to us if you have a lover willing to take part.
A lover. Does it have to be Shadowheart then? Maybe it has to be an actual lover.
make drinks.
Was that human boy?
She might be mad that I even suggest this.
Version of High House of Wonders. Of course you came back. I never doubted you would.
There's an idea. If you're comfortable
She's
sharing,
willing.
so am I.
Charming. For being a friend who helped Amira, we will charge a little
500.
less. Let's go. This is thrilling.
I could have just taken them to begin with. We'll just reload it afterwards to get our 500 back. I mean, isn't that kind of gross? You guys are twins. This is awkward. We know where we're going.
Safe to take. You're absolutely sure.
Oops.
Birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
It's your birthday. Raphael's just still chilling in there, waiting for the outcome, I guess. This was an expensive bone. Come on.
Quite the merry little
Bye-bye.
party we have assembled here. Shall we?
YOLO.
I hope you're not afraid of the dark, my darling.
Oh, I forgot my
I
water.
must snuff out the lights before we begin. It's all part of the experience.
Ah,
The room is bathed in total darkness, so there is nothing to distract from your ecstasy.
but then how do I know I'm getting my money's worth? Same thing. She just made me grab her by the hip again. The lights go
The
out.
lady, Nim, moves your hand to where the clasps of her blouse lie.
You know, I had a dream just like this once.
Shadow Heart's into
I'm
it.
surprised you needed the two of us for this to happen, but I am so glad it has.
Oh, Empyrean High Priestess. Let us worship at your altar.
The Drow siblings fall to their knees in mock prayer towards Shadowheart, lavishing caresses over her thighs.
Empress of my desires, you shall be revered on this eve. I thought you didn't want to lead a religious order, Shadowheart. Free of Shar, now you have the worshippers of your own. You must be pleased.
I'd be more pleased if you joined them.
It's still
The
just
night
black.
skips on, filled with fantasies Shadowheart seemed
See?
all too primed to suggest.
Whoa, I clicked that just in time, because now there's some stuff on screen. Kind of just the after basking in ecstasy. And that was it. Shadowheart is fully dressed. These guys have their clothes back on.
Give me a moment, for pity's sake. You've exhausted me already.
Was trying to see if they had anything more to
We
say,
recover quickly, but
but
not that
they
quickly.
thought I was going for more. Anything else I should know?
Even in the best of times, it's an oasis of pleasure and calm. In the city's chaos, with Baldur's Gate preparing for war, the caress feels
think we
like
already
the
knew this.
final flicker of a
Okay. I'm gonna load it just to get my money back. Oh, that's way back. Basically to where we were. I didn't save it after talking to what's-her-face, the madam. So we'll just quickly go through that conversation again. We won't take the deal this time. We'll save the money. Easy peasy. If there was any time to save scum, it's to save $500 on prostitutes.
Moving in. I need a quick word.
Okay, we knew this.
A sturdy dwarf.
Sounds delightful.
Well, we've other
Stern
ways.
librarian will be
Truth
back
is,
tomorrow.
Fion's gone well missing, and my hands.
Flophouse Lives of Fresh Corpse.
Losing Fion slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing
Surely
her.
you can spare a reward.
Anything else on your mind, sweetie?
Are there other options for
Nisha,
companionship?
our lovely nymph. But she's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor. The client's a favourite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence.
Temporary
at the moment.
guest. Yeah, we know that.
Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite chained.
Okay. Well, that was a quick reprieve. We need to go to camp and talk to Mizora, right? And we need to check out our imposters. That's Jaheira. Is she the imposter? Is Yenna the imposter? Oh god, it could be anybody. I was thinking it was just our companions. Asterion could be the imposter. Doesn't seem like anybody wants to talk. Gale and Halston are here. Mizora doesn't seem to be here. Unless she's in here. Yenna.
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
What harm? She's little, won't take up much space.
Are we sure she's not the
make much of a
imposter?
dent in our provisions.
I did see her standing here before, so it was before we learned there was an imposter. Pick a spot and settle in.
You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good.
It's pretty
Whatever you
standard
want.
camp to have a fire.
Thank you.
Talking to Will might bring Mizora out.
Always good to talk, my friend.
I'd like you to wait in the camp for now. Emperor promises. Nope. We need to do this. He's already got the sword. Okay. We've already done the swapperoonie. Astarion, are you the imposter?
Yes.
I want to talk
We both
about
know
the
what it is
tadpole.
capable of, but I'm not touching it.
I wasn't going to ask you.
I wouldn't have anyway. If we master the tadpoles, it will be different. But right now, that mastery depends on an Elithid and its Githyanki's slave. I'm not going to submit to this.
I didn't.
Don't ask me again.
Okay, sorry. Jaheira.
Ah, I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men buff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks.
As do I, but we agreed to deal with Orin first.
We need all three stones to command the brain. It matters little
Plus, I
in
want
what
Orin's
order we
dagger.
obtain them.
It looks pretty
or how.
boss.
Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll
Thank
just
you.
look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of.
What do you think of this warning?
It would be irritatingly true to form, would it not? A Harper learns to doubt, to peer through every smile, question every look. Eventually, you find what it is you fear, whether it is there or not. When we cannot know, we can only trust.
Meow.
But then, that is exactly what a traitor in our midst would say.
It's
Isn't
you.
it?
Mentioned there might be another way to find Minsk.
There might be, but it's not a path I tread until we must.
Fair.
Let it wait until the city proper.
Yeah, we
Perhaps
still
I'll
haven't
have
made it
had
in
a
the
better
city.
idea by then.
5 episodes later.
Ask it.
What do I want to ask her? Is it true that you fought them before?
It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
Yeah, you're only one of those things. We've already
Don't tell
gone
me
through
which.
this.
Against all life experience.
We've talked to Astarion. We got Isabel and Dame. Shadowheart's over here.
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your voice.
I think that special Tadpole Emperor offered us. I think we're good, right?
Of course.
There's nothing more to add here. How are you?
Honestly, my heart's racing. The end's close. My parents are close. I just know it. Thank you. I'm not sure I would have ever made it this far without you.
Hey, is Gale the imposter? That's Withers, maybe. Withers is the imposter.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Do you want to talk about that night?
There is little more to be said on the subject. The best thing you and I can do is march on towards
I think
whatever
I have to
awaits
end the
us.
day for
The end
Mizora
may
to
be
come out.
close. Time to reap what we have sown.
Alson,
Oakfather preserve you.
are you fine being in the friend zone? Have you heard from Daniel?
I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations.
Yo, you're talking
He
to
is well.
boys?
And Oliver also.
Sounds like you don't need me.
At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
Perhaps. Feel like I haven't gotten
What
to
would
know
you like to know?
You're quite large for an elf. How'd you come to be a druid? Family, friends, lover? Tell me something I wouldn't even think to ask.
I suppose you wouldn't be
Yeah,
shocked
you
to
love
learn I
animals 'cause
love
you're a druid.
animals and
Come on.
nature. I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey.
Because you're a bear. Don't pay
You're
attention to what others think.
Sometimes I think people look at me and imagine my feelings can't be hurt.
You're just a big cuddly bear.
Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks.
I live in Mortarfield of Kragans. I've never actually seen one.
Well, they are fierce creatures from what I understand. But as long as you avoid the high seas, I think you can consider yourself safe.
I'll stay off the ship, I guess. You're quite large for an elf.
Trust
Like
me,
buff,
it's been said.
Elves are tall.
You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now. Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry.
Perhaps.
Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be.
That's fair.
Stranger things have
Maybe
most
it's all your
certainly
bear
happened.
transforming that's got you all jacked. How'd you become a druid?
I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Thaniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector. You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study me to learn all my secrets so you can take my place? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in High Forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree. The Grove became my family, with Sylvanas as my teacher. And now I have you. It was a long time ago. The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable. I'm 350 years old. Of course there have been lovers. Just because I love nature doesn't mean I'm betrothed to it. Though sometimes nature needs reminding. Right now, I bed down alone, I'm afraid. Perhaps once I talk less of curses and parasites, my fortunes will improve.
I know I was muted. I was just saying the words that were on the screen here, though. Nature needs reminding of what?
I didn't pick this scar up in battle. I was in wild shape. Only I forgot it was the season when bears are...
Dude.
Particularly social.
Some things you should just
keep to
yourself.
The she-bear claimed me as her own and did not appreciate being spurned.
Yeah, just turned to other matters, like,
Anytime.
Okay, that's everybody, right? Talk to these guys?
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened.
Her armor's sweet.
What he'd become by killing him. You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me.
Great deal you haven't told me.
Not on purpose. Or not with the intent to deceive. I've been trying to make sense of it all. Ketheric Thorm was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight?
There's magic in a look.
That's exactly it. And I tell you, I took one look at her and I just knew she was it. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... and this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped.
So he brought you back to life? He became the Chosen.
I didn't know that then, but I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows, made a shelter there, prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jahira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years.
Yikes.
That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land, my home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them, and myself, no matter what.
So you lied.
I did. Who would trust the next of kin of Ketheric Thorm? But I have no more secrets. It's all out in the open now, and with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing, rest. I'm grateful for your help, your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long, but I'm grateful for a safe place to, well, just to be.
And what about the dame?
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
We can fight the powers of evil together?
Our thoughts are as one, my friend. You must face the chosen of Bane and Baal. I will do my part to see them laid low.
How do you
I am free from
intend
my
to spend your
bonds,
freedom?
but not my duty.
Your freedom.
The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Deal. I think that's about everybody. Except Lae'zel and Shadowheart.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Oh no, we already did talk to her. I can't remember if we talked to Lae'zel. There's too many people in camp now.
Voss stands at the ready. All that remains is to return to the astral prism and break Orpheus free. How we
know
get
that.
in remains to be seen.
Okay. I think we end the day and then
First, put my
Mizora will
hands
come
on
out.
everything.
Mess with Will. That's Will? Yeah. To be expected.
Sorore surge. Testis esto
This isn't good. Or maybe it is.
Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice. Adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
This is like the tribunal.
Hells.
I don't recall sending out
You do
invitations.
not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
What's the deal?
Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
We're just cutting deals
Your
left, right, and center.
contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
What are you proposing?
A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid.
So is he gonna
Will
die?
Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me.
Is he gonna do
and
it?
the
Is he gonna
Archdevil
want it?
Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
Save your father, Will.
You damned wretch. Do it then. Claim my soul for Zariel. Keep my father safe.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat
Will's got some
ita.
daddy issues.
Anima ad beator.
He didn't really sign that though. It moved on its own.
Seems you've got a new mission, pup. Go save your father. He's locked in a very nasty place. Gortash's secret command center and prison. Lucky for you, I know the way in. I'll mark your map. After all, a deal's a deal. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand.
You're gonna hang out in my
for
camp.
the entertainment.
Maybe you can sniff out the imposter. Sorry, Will.
Twice Mazoras held my feet to the fire, and twice was I burnt.
What could you have done, though?
But my father will live. We will return the Grand Duke to his people. And forever a devil's leash will choke me.
You did the right thing.
That means a lot. But understand, I don't plan to wallow in self-pity. More than anything, I'm elated that there's hope yet for my father. We should hurry to this mystery prison and retrieve my father before Mazora tries pulling more tricks.
We're bound to anger Gortash if we go messing in his prison. We've got a Duke to rescue. Your father's still got a tadpole on his head. Rescuing doesn't mean curing.
We will knock him out if we need to, or restrain.
Your skull vibrates in concord with the astral prism.
Ooh.
Bring me to your Duke. I will shield him, as I shield you.
Why would you do that?
Better to bring him into the fold than to leave you distracted by regret.
That might be our way into the prison.
Then, I'm not about to say no. This prison's in the lower city. Let's move.
Okay, I feel like nobody's left to talk to, so we ride. I don't think we need to use any supplies. We didn't do anything. Who still wishes to speak? Not
I
Yenna, is
brought
it?
my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
Nobody's got the marker on their head.
The devil Mizora's made herself quite
maybe
at
it is
home,
Mizora.
hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
It's not you. We've talked to Will. Is it Astarion?
Will gave up freedom to save his father. I will never understand people like that.
You and me both, Astarion. I mean, I did convince him, but... Ah, it's Gale. He's like, yo, you're helping everybody else out. Can you help me with my goddess problem?
You'll have to forgive me, but I'm struggling to understand why you'd agree to just hand over the crown. Especially for a bloody hammer.
According to Raphael, the crown destroyed an empire. Imagine what evil it could do. It's a fair trade. The hammer is more valuable to us than the crown if it offers us a chance of survival. I have no intention of giving him the crown. That's going to backfire, so...
Oh, yes, of course. I can see how the hammer we didn't know existed until Raphael generously enlightened us would take
Fair point, Gale.
He's always struck me as the trustworthy type. For now, our plan must remain the same. We go to Sorcerer's Sundries and learn about that crown. And pray the devil doesn't get there first.
Zora?
Why the stunned face? You look like you've seen a devil.
Will sacrifice his soul for his father. You better fulfill your end of the bargain.
I am a woman of my word. Go to Gortash's secret prison, and I'll help you spring Will's daddy free. Of course, you could always leave him to rot, but that would make Will's sacrifice worthless, and I know you wouldn't want that.
No, we're not going to do that. What do you have planned for Will?
Focus on the elder brain. I'd hate to clog that infected head of yours with needless details.
I'm sure my infected head has room for a hint at least. Oh, yeet.
Will's a gifted hunter, and Zariel's made her share of enemies in and out of the hells. Devils, demons, deserters. They're a great burden on the Lord of the First. Clause G, Section 9. Targets shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless. The clause still holds. As long as Will doesn't tug on my leash, he'll be stalking only the wickedest prey.
The wicked
It's a win-win.
Okay.
You
Fine.
have the best ideas.
You never told me how the absolutist cash you. I want to view out of her now. I need something in return.
Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what. When the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Okay. CP time. We'll just partial rest. We don't need to restore anything. Nothing's gonna happen. Leave camp. Okay, we are back.
Pleasure house. General sleeping in the gutter. Set your worries at ease.
As far as stories go, Sword Coast Couriers, search for the missing pigeons. Do we really need to go back that far to find these pigeons? Like, where would they be? On the roof? Post house, pigeon poster, circus poster.
Buy me gloves and I'm all
The pigeon's not upstairs? These are the pigeon cages. That's a pigeon. I don't know if we need to take these. Dear Lily, Dadders and I can't believe our luck in getting you admitted to Provost as a boarding student just before the refugee crisis sealed the city gates. It cost 2 arms and a leg, but if we keep you inside the gates walls until the danger is past, it's worth whatever we had to pay. Now don't worry about your parents, we're safe enough in Rivington as long as a steel watch is here to protect us, and whatever happens, whatever you hear, don't take it in your head to leave the city. Knowing that you're safe at the academy is what keeps us going every day, and we'll get through this. You know we will. Helm bless and keep you, Lily. Mommers. Petitioner name here. The Flaming Fist Company regrets to inform you that your request to enter Baldur's Gate has been denied. This is due to check all that apply. Evasive answers to routine questions, suspected cult affiliation, lack of visible means of support. Denied petitioners may reapply after a 10-day, but too frequent reapplications are considered harassment and subject to penalty. Let's come out here. Or in here, maybe. Angry Mariah.
When will I get to train the dogs again, Miss Marcia?
Marcia?
Woof.
Whoa, she is angry. Woof.
Charming effort, but you can't fool me. You're not a dog. So what the hell are you doing in my kennels?
I think I found one of your dogs.
Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see him.
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again.
I'd like to buy a
They're
dog.
not for sale. These are
Courier
courier
dogs.
dogs, trained to follow orders, read maps,
Are you
and
the one
protect
who
their
killed the
deliveries with
pigeons?
their lives. They're worth more than their weight in gold.
So that people would hire your dogs. Whistle for Scratch. Oh, he don't like you.
Scratch! Oh, it's good to see
Are you
you,
beating
boy.
Scratch?
Shut up, Dringo, and get back to work. And you've been slacking as well, Scratch, my boy. This dog is property of Sword
Swear
Coast
to God, if you
Couriers.
hit that dog,
I'll take him off your hands now.
no, you won't. Don't raise your hand
I
to
can do
him.
whatever I please. He's my dog. Now get out. This is a private yard.
I'll break every bone in your body before I let you hurt that dog. Ooh, give me a bonus, folks. Uh-oh. We gotta use the inspiration to protect Scratch. Come on, guys. Yes. Dirty 20.
You'll do no such thing.
It's not just Scratch. She's always hurting the dogs.
Shut your mouth, Dringo.
Oh, she's always hurting
Last
the dogs,
warning.
huh? I'll give you the count of 10 to leave these kennels. Ooh, what about Gortash? I'll do the intimidation. 20. Oh, I wish I didn't waste my inspiration. She's not gonna listen to my intimidation. Does that mean we're gonna fight?
How I run my kennels is none of your concern.
At least I get to
Take your
keep them.
mutt and get out of my yard. As for you, Dringo, get out of my yard. You're finished here.
We're gonna save scum and murder? What if we all get closer? Bup. Are they gonna arrest me?
Bet I can crack that open.
open.
There's been a murder. Uh-oh. I think it was worth it. Da, 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 da. No murder has happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Probably could have just done that. No murder happened. You don't know what you're talking about. I still don't know about these pigeons.
You're such a scaredy cat.
No, you didn't see anything.
It's a racket, is what it is.
There's no point arguing with the gods.
Let's go this way.
Our readers will be outraged. This is front-page material.
You know what?
That will make a great headline.
Do I have
Eager for battle.
Fascinating.
Does anybody have speak with animals?
The pride of the gate.
Our readers will be outraged.
Maybe neither of these guys do.
Looking ahead.
Can't remember who does.
Moving ahead. This is front.
No, we'll have to come back once we've figured it out. Let's go into the city.
Hear me.
Look, Sheres's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. There's dancing, dinner, just need to be the centre of attention.
Exactly. Any pleasure isn't just. I don't fight to be
Depends on the person.
I fight to be
Whether you're getting hammered or getting nailed.
Worms Rock Fortress. That's some ominous music.
What's your gripe with Saluna anyway, Shadowheart?
House.
Oh, we've been in here. This is where we came out of the prison.
Balance of things. Imagine turning on those who love you for your own
look at you.
glory.
Command Center, rescue Raven Guard, and find and rescue Grand Duke. The lower city. Venture forth? I can go back, surely, right? Well. To Baldur's Gate, I guess.